TGI Friday, boys and girls. Here we are, episode 400 of AKAPAD's Audio Audacity. At episode 423, I'll explain all that numbering. We call it in the comic book industry, we call that legacy numbering. But look, we're here. I'm so excited. I'm excited because I have like the next maybe like 10 episodes already mapped out. I have them mapped out. I want to do them all now. But we have to do this because this is my thank you to you, aka Pad, Peter A. DeLuca, aka the Pop Culture Pope, aka the Eclectic One, aka the World Sketchbook Champion. I just wrapped up a Jacktober sketchbook. I'm already halfway through Jacktober 2020 sketchbook because I go through these challenges and I backlog them if I'm becoming aware of something. And I'm like, oh, drawing this stuff is pretty cool. What other ones do they have? Oh, it goes back 5 years. Oh, it goes back 1 year. We do it all. We do it all. This is why you must support me. You must follow me. You must comment. You must leave reviews. And I am there. I am on every single social media platform. Kind of there on some of the smaller ones. But look, just search AKAPAD, AKAPAD69, and I will be there for you, with you. And if I owe you money, okay. So look, moving on. Episode 400. And I feel like my last couple episodes, I was somewhat, because here's the thing. There's a lot of people in my life. I think you would expect that just because I'm good looking, amazing body, high energy, amazingly intelligent. Like, who wouldn't want to hang out with me all the freaking time? Oh, and super sexy. But no, there's a lot of people in my life. There's a lot of activity. And I encourage everyone around me to do like what I do, not to the capacity. Like, I don't sit people down and say, look, you have to live stream 4 to 5 nights a week. You have to do 400 episodes of a podcast. You have to draw, write, color, create comic books. No. Not even close. Okay? But if people are interested in IT, if they're interested in the medical field, if they're fitness enthusiasts, I'll say, like you can kind of, someone that can rub off on them. Meaning, you might be better. You might be considered more of a expert. You might sharpen your own blade, which is really what all of this stuff's about. It's just about constantly sharpening the blade. But, sit people down. A live stream might be good for you. A podcast. Hey, you can do this stuff on IG. I do it all the time. Hit me up. I can walk you through it. I can help you solve problems. But, like I'm here. And there's a lot. I mean, I would say that's a continuous dialogue with at least a dozen people, like at all periods of time. And it's not the same dozen people. They come and go. But I think at one time, like earlier this year, it was 22, 23 people I was actively having those DM conversations with. And, you can consider text messages, DMs. It's all the same. And what's depressing, we're going to loop here because we're going to hit why 400 is important. So many of these people, they do 1 episode, they do 2 episodes, they draw 1 page, they write a synopsis, and then that's it. It disappears, doesn't come back. Going into 2022, I'm taking this thought. And I also did apply for Trial by Fire, my shipping soon comic book. I call it hanging chads, or I call it finish the job. The New England Patriot way of life. Finish the job. And if you're not going to finish it, I'll finish it for you. So, like I've even adopted this going into a lot of my interactions with collaborators and clients. And then, you can't do that when you have personal relationships with some people. So me finishing the job, finishing some of these comic book projects and so on and so forth. Like, I can do that. I have control over that. And it does nothing more to break my heart when I see people not just like completely fail, but when I see them give up and fail in slow motion, because I'm picking up the signs, I'm seeing the signals, I'm smelling it, I'm sniffing it out as it's happening. And then while it's happening, you're giving advice or trying to prevent it. Like you're an active participant in this fall. And that's frustrating. And there's always the evil side of me that's a little bit like, told you so. Pete, you were right. Pete, you are a right dude. You called this. You saw it. Congratulations. There's a side of me that believes that loves it. And then, look, again, hypocrisy is a part of all human nature. There's another side of me that hates it, that doesn't want it to fail, that it's almost like me and my ego. I feel like I can crawl in there and resurrect it and pull it out. I feel like I can inspire them to keep going and to realize the benefits of not stopping, not slowing down, obstacles included. Get through that door, bust through those walls. I mean, this is all self-help platitude bullshit. But at the same exact time, there's a euphoria, there's a path, there's a satisfaction in completion. There's even a satisfaction in doing something outside of your 9 to 5. There's a amazement that awaits in you when you figure something out that you thought was impossible. Milestones, episode 400. It's a significant milestone because, and this goes back to the early days of this podcast. This is a fuck you, right? You guys are listening to it. The fuck you to those who gave up, to those who slowed down, and to those who never came back. Really is. And a lot of these people, like some of these, friends, guests, family members of mine, you keep it going. A couple episodes go by, even a year goes by. Invite them on, talk, and all this stuff. And I'm not saying like there's a direct correlation, but when you're denied along the way, the satisfaction is when you keep going. And these people, like, they're just, they're trying to get on with their lives. Maybe some people think they can pivot into something. But here's the thing. And I wish there was like another Peter A. DeLuca, a.k.a. Pad, sometimes a.k.a. Pad 69, in my life that I just had to piggyback to learn from. And then from there, I can make judgments and make calls. And you might say, Pete, what are you talking about? You're not full-time. There's this media wannabe empire from akapad.com. What the hell are you doing? Trial by Fire hasn't shipped yet. Uzi Susie hasn't shipped yet. What are you doing? Fair. I'll give you that. But guess what? Even everything that was just named, that is more than you have done. That is more than you have learned. And at this stage in life, within these middle years, what are you doing? That's a fight. That's a struggle, because that's what keeps you alive. And if you don't believe that, if you believe drinking green tea and not exercising and saying to yourself, I'll get to that book, if you feel like that is going to make you healthy, make you live longer, make you bangable going into your 30s, into your 40s, into your 50s, because as soon as you don't become bangable, guess what? whoever lady you're with, whoever this and that, she's already looking, she's already gone, she's probably already off. So it's all linked. But a lot of it starts with building that confidence. It's that first rep you take at the gym. And then you go ahead for 400 fucking episodes. It's crazy. And so much of you get it. You support it. You back me. And it's just like a lot of it too is, considering what I thought was possible. Okay? Like, I never had anyone explicitly tell me, don't do this, you're going to fail. Why should they? Why would they? But I knew it was expected. And that goes across the board. So, AKAPAD's Audio Audacity. The new mission statement. Okay. And by the way, we're at episode 400 on 423 because the 31 Days of Dread are unnumbered episodes, and the numbering picks up as soon as the 31 Days of Dread are over. We were at, I believe, 385 when the 31 Days of Dread started. We dropped a lot of episodes. Last month, October, overall, drawing, live stream, published videos did take a knock, but everything across the board, it's been my most productive month I can say in Peter's history. Congratulations. I feel like that needs an episode. But so we're still going to be doing movies. I want to talk to you about the Eternals. I want to catch you up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe when it comes to Disney Plus. There's a paradigm shift happening with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's Star Wars ideas out there. I just saw like a fake or potential real Bloodsport trailer that completely blew my mind. Maybe Bloodsport's coming back. I love it. It's called Bloodsport Redux. Maybe. I'm not even sure. So here's the thing though. We're still doing movies. We're still doing culture. We're still doing entertainment. But there's ideas within some of this stuff. There's threads and there's cracks. And I feel like now's the time for me to get off of the one movie per episode run and, chase that nut and chase the news cycle only to the point that I believe there's too much noise out there, and I think I can contribute because we're in a little bit of this cycle where people chase these stories and they're just wrong with their takes because there's a collective take. There's like almost like an email that goes out, like a memo. And I'm on the outskirts of that. I'm not, repeating those talking points or even following those talking points. Just seems mute. But there's things happening, and I feel like there's stuff to contribute. So I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm just trying to crystallize it. The Audacity part will be put into AKAPAD's Audio Audacity. So moving forward, we're going to do new thumbnail art. We're going to do new intro. We're going to do a little bit more cross promotion with YouTube and all these other things, meaning some topics here will continue on YouTube and vice versa. Cross pollination, they call it. And really, people, thank you. Thank you. And thank the people that create these platforms. Thank you, Adobe, my mother, my sister, my late father, Tony, who it always, I'll close out with this because my father died like a week after I saw him. Like we really didn't see each other a lot during COVID. COVID's dying down. He wants to come over. And I really even thought that day he just wasn't 100%. And there was something telling me. And I always question if I should have told my mother, told my sister too, being like a health nurse. She knew everything about my father's health. And when I last saw him, Tony, we called him Tony. He said, this is all great. He was walking around my new place. And he's like, you did a great job here. It's awesome. I'm paraphrasing a little. And he was kind of like struggling coming up and down my spiral staircase. But he said, I don't know what you do. Like, I don't know how you do what you do. And, it's even hard for me to even say. But he essentially said, like, I don't know how you do what you do, but it's great. And knowing that, that's one of the last exchanges you've had with like a father you're very close to. I wish I was a little bit more spiritual, like more like, a little bit more connected to Tony. Because there was questions I just didn't know, that I would like to ask to know. But just knowing that he was looking at me from kind of like the sidelines and, somewhat impressed. I felt like that was almost like a moment for us, one of our last moments. But that energy and me not ever wanting to let him down, even though I feel like I have, you guys are a part of that. Like, I don't want to let you down. I don't want to let myself off the hook for you. Because I know a lot of you out there look for these updates. You look for my feed. You look to, you like hearing the personal side of some of these movie reviews. And that's what we're going to do with Audio Audacity. We're going to put a little bit more of me into this MP3 file that I create. The frequency is going to crank up. We're still going to stick to themes. Mortal Kombat week, Godzilla week. We got Hawkeye coming out. Like, all of this stuff. Okay, there's a lot coming. Batman Long Halloween. We're still going to maintain the DC animated stuff. And then along the way, we're building, packing, rounding out, perfecting AKAPad.com. And it is going to continue to grow. It will happen. So everyone, thank you so much. Thank you for all the people that supported this podcast to later abandon it. Anyway, that's part facetious. There's a couple people in that statement that I'm talking directly to, because I know you guys listen. Loving it. And I won't even say I call you guys haters, because I don't think you hate me, but I'm pissed. But anyway, people, rock and roll. I love you, and do me a favor. Get obsessive about something. Get passionate about something, because we have episode 424 next. And I got to talk to you about some of this Eternals crap, and we're going to talk Mighty Ducks. Right. Mighty Ducks. The next two episodes, rock and roll.